Recently, I made a statement in one of my videos that I believe Renegade is currently the best player in the game, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about the topic. My name is Devious Grunt for anyone who might be new, and if you're watching this video, you've undoubtedly come across a notion that Lucid is the best player in the game. And there is without a doubt an incredibly strong case for this title, as even despite his recent placings, he has maintained a slaying force that really no other player has yet to truly surpass. And that's since the very inception of this game. Do stats alone define a player though? For an example, Lucid is probably one of the most versatile players when it comes to movement, which is something that numbers really can't always capture. Let's dive a little deeper. So in my eyes, we currently have 3 prospects that could be argued as the current best player, all for their own specific reasons. Firstly, we have Lucid, for all of the reasons that I mentioned before, but in addition is virtually a mastermind of the sandbox, utilizing every weapon and power-up to their fullest potential. The second pick, Renegade, for not only being one of the strongest forces when it comes to slaying, but also for being part of a championship roster, one that has yet to see a check in terms of dominance. One thing I noticed about Renegade that stats don't entirely convey is that he performs really well under high pressure situations, which that impact is often the difference between winning and losing a series. And lastly, we have Frosty, who in my opinion is currently a victim of an unfinished team. Even with how well Formal has progressed as a substitute, I truly don't believe we have seen any of the players on Sentinel's true potential when it comes to how cohesively they play with Royal 2 on the roster. Taking a look across the board though, Lucid beats out the other two in virtually every stat category, both in the first LAN at Raleigh and also the online Premier Pro Series event. So that's it, right? Lucid is the best player in the game, right? Well, as I hinted at before, there are some factors to a player that stats don't entirely capture. For an example, I think both Frosty and Renegade have a unique ability to perform under pressure, which is why you saw them excel in pivotal situations for their own respective series. In terms of playstyle, they're all pretty similar. If anything, I feel Renegade and Frosty are a little more comparable with each other, having more of an entry-level position when it comes to aggression on their team. Lucid, on the other hand, has a unique trait of being the main vocal leader on his team. You'll often see him directing his teammates on what to do during a match, and that comes with extreme knowledge of the game. So I think with that sentiment in mind, with players like Eco and Snakebite being the main shot callers on the other two teams, it makes Lucid's numbers even more impressive. At the end of the day though, who you define as the best player really relies on how much you value certain attributes. I think by pure skill ceiling alone, I'd still have to go Lucid. But as an overall player, considering every factor we have besides the stats, I think the number 1 player right now is Renegade, just when you consider his team's early dominance and his clutch performance at Raleigh. Again, that's at least for now though, as these 3 are very close after all, and these rankings are only for fun anyways. And I will say that despite these 3 players being in the spotlight today, there were other prospects catching up really fast, Falcated being a player that really comes to mind. But that about does it for this video. This next Pro Series tournament is going to be so interesting. I'm really looking to see if Optic can bounce back, or if we'll kind of see a repeat of last time, because man, it's really a shame to see how hard they've fallen. Until then though, I will see you guys next time.